All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now this time he'll look to throw. And an alley to run. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
He's going to sling this deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Let's go! Blue, line it!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
2nd down, Mayfield. Lets this one rip toward Graham. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Leopard! Leopard!
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw here. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A screen to Bell. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Lucky 56.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone. Tighten up.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Over. Watch him now, Barney.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now a handoff working right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Now he steps away. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Mayfield. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Right here.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again, eluding the pressure right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Mayfield on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19. Over.
Mayfield now from the 50. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. First down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, now, look at 56.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out come the Steelers. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go for a big play down. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Santos able to tack on the extra point. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that converted.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing, Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Gone! 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 Over! 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 Over!
3rd and long for Mayfield. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They're going to look to throw. And he finds McDonald. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Leopard! Detroit!
First down, Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back now here on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watching that, Barney! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On second down, Hyde. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
And that'll set him back 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Leopard!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot, hot.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Their mobile quarterback from 17 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. They'll set up a throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. John Johnson with the INT. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
interception, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now they try the right side here. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now Landry. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. That game's gone final in Indianapolis. And it was the Titans who were able to take home the victory there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And they'll run it here. A road win.